meeting to order. Roll call. Phillips?
Yes.
Stricker?
Yeah.
McCarrigan? Here. Solomon?
Here.
Join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
3, for public information, a copy of the Nebraska Open Meetings Act is available for review. It's above Tom and Carissa. 4, notice of changes in the agenda by the city clerk. Additions may not be made to this agenda less than 24 hours before the beginning of the meeting unless added under item 5 of this agenda. Do we have any changes?
No changes, Vice Mayor McCarrigan.
5, citizens with business not scheduled on the agenda as required by state law, no matter may be considered under this item unless council determines that the matter requires emergency action. Do we have any emergency actions? Okay. 6, closed session. Council reserves the right to enter into closed session if deemed necessary if the item is on the agenda as per section 84-1410 of the Nebraska Revised Statutes. 7, consent calendar. Items in the consent calendar are proposed for adoption by one action for all items unless any member of the council requests that an item be considered separately.
Your Honor, we're going to need to pull 7E, the claims out of consent, and restore them to the agenda.
Okay? Do we have a motion to approve pulling?
We don't need to.
We don't need it? Okay.
Somebody brings it up. Last time, I made you do it.
Don't need to do it? Okay.
Wrong. If anybody wants to discuss an emergency item? Did you get that in the minutes, Kim?
I did. He was wrong.
In order to discuss a consent agenda item, somebody
Okay.
just needs to say, we want to discuss this. It's working on it.
Okay.
Well, I always want to hear what happened, somebody might have to say.
So now you can approve the rest, 7A through D.
A through D. Make a motion to approve the consent items 7A through D with E removed.
I'll second that.
Okay. Motion by Stricker, second by Phillips. Any questions or comments? Call the roll, please.
Phillips?
Yes.
Solomon?
Yes.
McCarrigan?
Yes, Stricker.
Yes.
All right. So do we want to discuss 7E now?
Yes.
Okay.
We did find something out about our software in getting the claims ready for this agenda, and there's several duplicate claims that were approved in the 9/15
Okay.
meeting that are included in this one. I think they might be ACH payments, but I haven't checked every one of them to see. There could be some others in there as well. But what happened was an employee was getting ready to take some time off, so did some work ahead of time. And that's what pulled these claims into this report. And so we can talk about these claims. In this particular claims is probably worthy of discussion anyway. It is a fairly large dollar amount.
Okay.
And we do have some progress report. We got a sanitation truck. That's one of the larger items. It's $224,000. So, and that's been on order for quite some time.
Since
April of 24. So,
Okay.
and there's one still outstanding. So that's progress. And then the other large claim would be our alarm payment, and that's over $1 million. So that's why these claims look so large. And in the packet, they look even bigger than they actually are. It's about $400,000 in duplicate claims. So if you want to, the packet actually should have been $2,400,000, which is still a big claims package, but it's because of the alarm payment, sanitation truck, and stuff like that.
So Kevin, on the sanitation truck, since we're paying it, that means, as you told me earlier, it has arrived, it's here.
Yes, yeah. I don't know if it's in service yet. I don't think it is. It's in service, so yeah.
Okay, and then on the alarm one, that's like our deductible basically we meet for Lauren?
No, that's our annual payment.
Annual payment, okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Thank you.
all right. Any other questions or comments? Okay, do we have a motion to approve the revised claims, I would assume? Okay. Do we have a motion to approve the revised claims report?
I'll move to approve the revised claims.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, motion by Solomon, second by Phillips. Any other questions or comments? Call the roll, please.
Solomon.
Yes.
McCarrigan.
Yes.
Stricker.
Yes.
Phillips.
Yes.
8, public hearings. Council to conduct a public hearing set for this date at 6 p.m. to consider the 1 and 6 year street improvement plan. Open the public hearing.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. So I have for you the 2026 1 and 6 street improvement plan. It is a planning tool that's required by the state for transparency and public input. We basically just for the 1 year have 2 small projects, and they're both development projects, Delta Drive and a cul-de-sac on 36th Street. Then for the 6 year, we've added West Overland, East Overland, and South Beltline Highway East from 9th Avenue to Highway 26. Any questions?
I do. These figures, first of all, this is a general one for the budget amount. When these are done, are they based on today's dollars or anticipated?
Basically, those are what the engineers' estimate have been. Like the 1 years were for the public improvement engineers' estimates. So it could change, yes.
But do they do it for today's dollars or especially the 6 year? Or do they calculate in?
It could change, because also planning, design, several things could change for the 6 year. The 6 year is just kind of the bucket list of, plan projects you plan for the future.
So not a very accurate number.
As accurate as possible, but yes, it
Okay.
can change.
Yeah, this is a planning tool.
Okay.
Exactly. And the 6 year, you can make revisions as needed. 1 year, you would actually have to come to a board meeting again for a 1 year revision, which we did for 42nd Street.
Okay. Then the other was, I'll try and find it on this page. I believe there was, in the 6 year plan, was there a piece of South Beltline from 9th to 21st?
And yes, some of those could be pending annexations.
Okay, because I don't think that's in the city, right?
Not right now.
Okay.
No.
So it's anticipated that it might, and so we have to put it on the plan?
We think that is likely within the 6 years. So again, this is just a planning
Okay.
tool, so,
Okay.
yeah.
And then, of course, it caught my eye because I
Yeah.
drive a heavy
Absolutely.
piece of apparatus across it a lot of times.
Yeah, it needs repair.
And it's like the Oregon Trail wagon
Yes.
routes.
Yeah.
And it shows that
Understand.
it's asphalt, which is highly inadvisable for that stretch. With concrete
Yeah.
would be better.
With this, we're just trying to anticipate
Okay,
future development.
that was all I had for questions.
So on 18th Avenue, I saw the money amounts over there. So is the private developer, from what I can remember, the private developer's responsible for the initial construction, and then we do the maintenance?
Yes, then we take it over. Once it's accepted, then we would take it over.
So these dollar amounts are construction costs, but some of this is going to be paid by the private developers in some of these sections?
Yeah, the majority, yeah, until we take it over.
Okay.
Fronting
And
things.
that's a little bit different situation too. That can be done through a paving improvement
True, yes,
district.
yes.
But this developer has opted to pay for the infrastructure.
Okay.
Okay. And then I didn't see it on your plan here. And I know we had to postpone this, but do you have an idea when we're going to be able to resurface all the streets with the tar and gravel?
The chip seal, yes, we are gonna plan for this coming year.
Okay.
Hopefully, with what we have budgeted, around to a third of it to half the town.
And is the smaller rock back in stock?
Hopefully, I think it's looking. Chips, yes. It's looking better for next year, hopefully.
Otherwise, it'd be rock seal.
Yeah.
Hopefully not a rock seal.
And Doug witnessed a project up in
Yes.
Chagrin too, so.
Yeah, because there's a new contractor that's doing it. The contractor that has done it before went out of business. But the previous owner works for a new contractor, and we went to Chatter to see how he did, and it did look good from what he was doing, so. So we look pretty pleased with that anyway, so.
And the next time we do chip sealing, can we reuse the old or the excess gravel like we've done in the past, put it in the alleys?
Yep.
We do that routinely.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Okay, any other questions or comments?
No, thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
we'll close the public hearing. B, council did conduct a public hearing set for this date at 6 p.m. to consider the rezone of the proposed lots 1 and 2, Block 1, Papa Moon subdivision, commonly identified as 230-975 County Road J, from A agricultural to R1B rural residential estate. I'll open the public hearing.
Mayor and council, at the September Planning Commission meeting, the Planning Commission made a positive recommendation on the approval of this rezone for the proposed lots 1 and 2, Block 1, Papa Moon subdivision. It is where Papa Moon's winery and vineyard is, out in the ETJ, splitting off the house and the grape field from the larger unplatted land and the winery for estate selling. You'll see the plat here later on in the agenda. Currently zoned agricultural. There's a couple houses just to the west of this that are already zoned R1B, so it's an expansion of the existing R1B, which is rural residential estate. And then you'll see in the comp plan that it calls for it to be rural residential, so it is very much in line with the comprehensive plan.
So Zach, on the map, the section that's next to, mine's kind of crooked here, County Road J, there's a R1B section right there.
Yep.
There's no additional houses, it's just cleaning up the zoning with that piece. It's right next to the road.
Yeah, let's see. You got it on your computer?
And I know,
It's page 69. Well, no, agenda.
the colored one.
Yes, you're talking this piece.
There we
Yeah,
go.
there we go. That section next to the road, so there's no new homes.
Right.
It's just cleaning up the zoning.
Yeah, property owner just wanted to subdivide 2 areas off for houses, and this was the simplest way to achieve that goal. No new houses are proposed at this time.
Oh, that's what I was gonna ask you on the bottom section, or at least on the far right on this map here. That's where they wanna add additional houses.
No, the top, right where the County Road 24 curves,
Okay,
where that little A is at, that is where a new house could be built.
See that pond there? Matt?
Yeah.
That's one of the properties there.
okay,
That's outlined in red.
okay.
So what's green on there is currently R1B then?
Correct.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we're changing that red area to R1B.
Yep.
Okay,
Okay.
that makes more sense.
Yeah.
And then.
Not all of it, but most of it, yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay,
This is just a rezone.
okay, thank you, Zach.
Thank you.
any other questions or comments? Okay, we'll close the public hearing. C, council to conduct a public hearing set for this date at 6 p.m. to consider the zoning text amendment to chapter 25, article 12 regarding non-conforming development. Open the public hearing.
All right. Also, at the September Planning Commission meeting, the Planning Commission reviewed a proposed text change to Chapter 25, Article 2, dealing with non-conforming uses. This change was proposed by staff. It is to update Chapter 12. Right now, Chapter 12 only deals with non-conforming uses. The update would also incorporate non-conforming buildings and structures, non-conforming lots, and non-conforming off-street parking facilities. Looked at a variety of other towns to kind of come up with what we wanted. That way we had a little more clarity when enforcing this. One of the other big changes is currently non-conforming date is set to when the applicable chapter or article is. So the non-conforming date shifts quite a bit between zoning districts because like PBC was just updated a couple years ago, whereas the ag was done 4 years ago, and then R1 hasn't been touched. So the revised would change it to February 6, 2000, which is when Ordinance 3639 was adopted, and that was an overhaul of the Chapter 25, all the zoning stuff. That's kind of been the date we've been trying to use. And Planning Commission made a positive recommendation on it, and if you have more questions, I can answer those.
Okay. Any questions, comments? Okay. We'll close the public hearing. 9, resolutions and ordinances. A, council to approve the resolution authorizing the signing of the annual certification of program compliance with Nebraska Board of Public Roads Classifications and Standards 2025, and authorize the mayor to sign the resolution.
Mayor and council again, so basically this is just signing the resolution saying that we did the 1 and 6 plan and we've done everything needed to satisfy the state's requirements.
Okay. Any questions or comments? Do we have a motion to approve?
I'll move to approve. Second.
Okay, motion by Phillips, second by Stricker. Any questions or comments? Call the roll, please.
Stricker?
Yes.
Solomon?
Yes.
Phillips?
Yes.
McCarrigan?
Yes. B, council to discuss and consider action on the preliminary plat and final plat of lots 1 and 2, block 1, Papa Moon subdivision, and authorize the mayor to sign the resolution.
So finally, at the September Planning Commission meeting, they reviewed the preliminary and final plat for the Papa Moon subdivision, which you just saw the rezone for. Both lots meet the intent of R1B. I would just point out that they do not meet the minimum 200-foot lot width midway through the front and rear lines. However, there is that is due to the unusual shape. They're not both rectangles, so they meet the intent. There's areas that meet that. It's just not the exact spot per definition. It's in the ETJ, so no public improvements are necessary. And yeah, they made a positive recommendation on it.
Okay.
Here comes a pretty good map to show you what's going on.
Yeah,
So keep scrolling.
there.
Okay.
I have a question.
Okay.
Vice Mayor. How wide is the lot at its narrowest point?
Did I put that in
It
there?
looks somewhere not too far below 200.
No, it's not. It's not far at all. For lot 1, lot 2,
Yeah.
obviously there is a difference because the
Yeah,
first half is a driveway, but yeah, they both have areas that meet it. It's just not at the halfway point.
no red flags because of that.
No red flags.
Okay. Any other questions or comments?
I'll make a motion to approve based on Planning Commission's recommendation for the plat.
I'll second.
Okay, motion by Stricker, second by Solomon. Any questions or comments? Call the roll, please.
McCarrigan?
Yes.
Phillips?
Yes.
Solomon?
Yes.
Stricker?
Yes.
C, council to discuss and consider action on the first reading of the ordinance to rezone the proposed lots 1 and 2, block 1, Papa Moon subdivision from A agricultural to R1B rural residential estate.
An ordinance of the City of Scottsbluff, Nebraska dealing with zoning, amending Section 25-1-4 by updating the official zoning district map to show that lots 1 and 2, Block 1, Papa Moon subdivision, located in the northeast quarter of the northeast quarter of Section 18, Township 22 North, Range 54 west of the 6th Principal Meridian, Scottsbluff County, Nebraska, containing an area of 6.22 acres more or less, which was previously zoned as agricultural, A, is now zoned rural residential estate, R-1B, repealing prior section 25-1-4, providing for an effective date and providing for publication in pamphlet form.
Okay. D, council to discuss and consider action on the first reading of the ordinance amending Chapter 25, Article 12 regarding non-conforming development. Okay.
An ordinance of the City of Scottsbluff, Nebraska, amending the Scottsbluff Municipal Code relating to non-conforming development at Chapter 25, Article 12, by amending the sections of the article to include non-conforming buildings, off-street parking facilities, and lots, and update the article as it relates to non-conforming development, to provide for an effective date and to provide for publication in pamphlet form.
All right. 10, petitions, communications, and public input. A, mayor to read the proclamation naming October as Domestic Violence Awareness Month in the city of Scottsbluff. All right. Domestic Violence Awareness Month, October 2025. Domestic violence impacts individuals and families in every community. It affects people of all ages, backgrounds, and walks of life, and its effects ripple through children, neighborhoods, and generations. This October, we join together to honor survivors, remember those lost to violence, and commit ourselves to creating a community where all people can enjoy healthy relationships, healthy sexuality, and safety. We recognize and thank local service providers, law enforcement, health professionals, and community members who work every day to support survivors and end abuse. Now therefore, I, Betsy Vidlac, Mayor, do proclaim October 2025 as Domestic Violence Awareness Month in Scottsbluff, Nebraska, and encourage all citizens to raise their voices, share resources, and stand with survivors. Together we can break the silence, stand with survivors, and build a safer, healthier community. Ladies, would you like to say anything?
We'd like to thank the City of Scottsbluff for their support of survivors of domestic violence, and we want to thank you additionally for the years of partnership that you have supported the efforts of the DOVES program. We are thankful for this continued partnership, and we want to thank you for making this stand with us this month.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you so much.
Maybe do a photo after the meeting together?
Sure, I'm not the mayor, but yes,
That's okay.
I will do it. Okay, thank you. 11, reports from staff, boards, and commissions. A, council to discuss and consider action on approving the renewal of existing sewer cleaning and fire hydrant maintenance agreements and authorize the mayor to sign them for a 5-year term.
You begin, Mayor, Council. So this is just basically the renewal of 6 agreements for other local jurisdictions for emergency sewer cleaning and hydrant maintenance. One of the main changes is instead of just having a rate in the contract, it just refers to the code. So that's one change, and it also changes from a 3-year contract to a 5-year contract. So the towns would be Terrytown, the SID 4A, which is Highland Road, SID 8, which is Country Club. They're also the hydrant maintenance one, and then Melvita and Morrill.
And so they're paying us because we have the equipment to actually do all this.
Correct, yes, and it's basically just for emergency type situations. We're here to help, but not do their job.
And we do, and we recover the costs that it would cost to do that in the fee structure.
Yes, I think it's $350 for the emergency sewer jet cleaning.
And then with the 5-year agreement, is there an escalator based on?
No, it's built into the code, 6-634, the fee schedule.
Okay.
So when we change the fee schedule, these agreements will change with it.
Okay.
That's one of the reasons for taking that dollar amount out of these
Okay.
agreements.
So what, the city will do it as they need to?
Yes, absolutely.
Address
So-
increased costs?
Yeah.
Okay.
The agreement pays for travel.
Yeah, it includes travel, minimum of an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that, but it's,
So,
I just
yeah.
wanted to make sure that
Yeah.
it's not costing us to help our neighbors.
Nope, and that's kind of why we redid that contract, so we don't have to change a contract every time we change our fees. That way
Makes
it'll be-
sense. Sure.
And Doug, I had one for you. So Terrytown's on here, and this is the sewer cleanup and everything. I assume we'll also still have a contract with them with like snow removal with
Yeah,
Terrytown.
we have another local agreement.
There's
for
another agreement there.
Sweeping, painting, not,
We do not do snow removal.
No snow removal,
It's
it's just
sweeping,
striping and
we sweep.
Striping.
Okay.
striping.
Striking.
I call it painting.
Okay. Any other questions or comments? Do we have a motion to approve?
I'll move to approve.
Do you have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, motion by Phillips, second by Solomon. Any questions or comments? Call the roll, please.
Phillips.
Yes.
Stricker.
Yes.
McCarrigan.
Yes.
Solomon.
Yes.
12, council reports informational only. This item is intended for council members to update and inform other council members of meetings attended since the last city council meeting.
The Riverside Discovery banquet went very well. It was very well attended. Well, look, we got some pictures. So, did I steal some thunder?
No, you're fine. You're fine.
I did want to make a brief comment about claims. I know Jerry caught that, Scott talked to me about it, so that's the way it's supposed to work. Everybody looking at that information and questioning it when there are questions, so I appreciate that. It's good.
Well, I don't know how far we can discuss it, but is this an opportunity to just take claims off of the consent period?
You know, we talked about that a little bit this morning. I don't see any reason to do that right now. But we can discuss that further.
Okay.
Okay.
And just always have it as a separate item.
Yeah, it just, like, for example, the opportunity to explain the trash truck that was quite a ways back. when
You're gonna see that on Lane's financial
Yeah.
report on the second meeting every time.
Yeah,
He's gonna highlight those major expenditures. You're gonna see the alarm
Okay.
payment.
Yeah.
You're gonna see that sanitation truck. He does a good job at
yeah,
doing that and explaining it, so,
that it was just waiting for it to come in and get billed.
yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, if you remember, we talked about that during the budget workshop too. We have a sweeper for transportation that's already been ordered, and it's not gonna be here until 27 most likely, so it's kind of the way things are right now as far as big equipment goes. There's not a lot full of them for sale.
Kind of like the air trucks.
Same thing, only probably worse.
40 years.
All right.
So at the zoo banquet that Kevin was at, and Scott and Jerry and Kim, they had a couple announcements, and it was hard to hear in there sometimes because there's so many people. But they did get recertified as a Nebraska Arboretum site, so they are recertified as that. And separately from that, it had no connection to it, but it just happened to be close to each other. They received a $105,000 grant from the Nebraska State Arboretum, and that's 3 years, and there's no matching money required. So it's free money, they don't have to match it at all, and then they can do anything with landscaping or cleaning up anything they have with trees and other vegetation. And then the banquet itself, you guys were there, it was pretty full. So it's kind of a brave undertaking, because I didn't know how many would show up, to be honest. When they planned this, I thought it was a big risk, but it paid off and went really well. They had 86 businesses that helped out in different ways. 23 of the tables sold for the corporate tables. And then it was close to, right at 300 people that were in attendance. It was really full. So anyway, they did calculate how much money they raised. You guys want to take a guess?
30,000.
With all of this stuff,
Yeah, the whole shebang.
160.
Wow, 1,000?
40.
47.
We saw 40,000, which is pretty good for one night. Yeah. So I'm impressed. Although your number's great, but that's not what they got.
So the Arboretum, is that the big announcement? Because I never heard of the announcement.
Yeah, it was hard because they had so much going on, but yeah, it was
Is it 105 over
105.
3 years or?
105, and they have 3 years to spend it down.
Oh, okay. Not 105,000 per year.
Yeah, no, just for 3. And it is nice, because a lot of grants, you have to meet 50/50, or you gotta pay 20% of it. There is no matching funding you have to do on this one.
You know, and there was a pretty big football game going on that night too.
Yeah.
It was still very well attended, so.
Yeah.
right, anything else? Okay, do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion by Stricker, second by Phillips. Call the roll, please.
Solomon?
Yes.
McCarrigan?
Yes.
Stricker?
Yes.
Phillips?
Yes.
Adjourn.